Hi, I'm Elliott Danker, and welcome to Dank It Up. From the team that brought you Pop Culture Online, we're now bringing you a brand new web series that focuses on sports in Singapore. Now, every week I'll have a special guest as I try to probe into his or her personal life, find out more about the sport that they play, and I'll even take them on in their own sport. In fact, the challenge is called Dank It Up. More on that a little bit later on. For now, let's start the show with our very first guest. He is a good friend of mine. He's an actor, a host, handsome man, and a national rugby player. In fact, he's a former national rugby player, Paul Foster.
How's it going, brother?
How's it going, brother? Good to see you, man.
Good to see
Thanks
you.
a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You are doing a lot of work with the Singapore Rugby Union.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about your role.
Okay, well, obviously a lot of rugby is coming to Singapore from last year and into this year and for a couple more years. So I'm involved in the Super Rugby and the HSBC Singapore Rugby Sevens. So I wear a few hats. I do the ground announcements for both Super Rugby and the Sevens. But I'm also the ambassador for the Sevens and representing Singapore. I'm even playing the curtain raiser match for the second Super Rugby game for the Singapore Legends. So we've been training for that. Rugby's my sport.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to be involved in it as much as I can, and I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to.
Outside of being a rugby player in the past, you are currently a bit of a celebrity. You're an actor, you're a host. I've always wanted to ask you, because you're quite a popular guy, but what's the worst part about show business for you?
Wow, is there a worst part? No. I think sometimes just having to be very ad hoc. You never really have a set schedule, so you have to be able to adapt. You got early call times, you got late call times, you got long days, you've got castings, you've got auditions. We might have to travel to, far and few between locations and do all sorts of stuff. So I think it's not really a worst part, but it's just, if you're not used to it, it can get very difficult. So I've learned over time, obviously. I think I'm quite an adaptable person, but it's just getting out there and taking things as they come and just doing your best when you have to and enjoying the process. Yeah, just the experiences are priceless. It's just getting out there and doing your thing.
But it must be quite hard to find time to stay this good looking.
Wow. Stay there. You're one of my PR managers, bro. You know what? I think a little bit of genetics in there, obviously, but of course, then controlling a little bit of diet, a balanced diet. And then, as I said, trying to work out and keep fit when you can.
It is actually all about the diet. We're going to dive into some quick fire questions. Stand by. 5 in total. You've got a minute to answer all of them. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. First question. What nickname does your girlfriend Jenna call you?
My Polly.
Tell us, which is your most personal tattoo?
Okay, that's a tough one. They're all quite personal. They're all for Dad, so that it's a whole story for Dad. So they're all very personal.
They're all very personal. Cheap answer. What can I find in your fridge right now?
Nothing much. I'd say bread, eggs, chrysanthemum tea, some other random stuff because I've just got back from a trip.
Typical guy. If you were not a rugby player, what sport would you be playing?
Basketball.
Oh, nice. Finally, what project are you up to next?
Just locked in a show called Special Delivery.
Nice.
So I get to travel abroad to 4 cities or 4 countries and do some good for the people that are doing exceptional jobs out there.
Fantastic stuff. Well done, less than a minute, there you go. We're going to dive into the Dank It Up challenge, but before we do that, could you tell us in 2 steps, what's the best way to pass a rugby ball?
Okay, maybe more than 2 steps, maybe 3, but let's say right-handed passing from right to left, leading hand at the bottom, keeping guiding, top hand on top, passing hand on top, and what you do is transfer the ball across your body, right?
Okay.
So you're going across, and when you finish, you want your fingers to be pointing to your target. So 3 steps. So lead hand underneath, passing hand for the power to generate from the top, right? Across your body or across your body, and then fingers pointing to your target at the end.
Okay, well, this is what we're going to do for the Dank It Up challenge. We're going to try to remember all of that. We are going to be standing 2 meters apart, okay? And I'm going to pass you rugby balls.
Okay.
The twist is you have to hold on to every single ball that I pass you.
Okay.
Let's see who can hold on to more. You ready to Dank It Up?
Always, brother.
Well, let's do it.
episodes, I can win.
I'm going to be a very bad rugby player. Not an easy sport, but certainly a sport that you should send your kids to. Lots more rugby action going to be happening at the Singapore, the National Stadium. In fact, May 20th, we've got the final match of the Super Rugby. And then next year, Rugby 7's back again.
That's right.
I love Rugby 7. It's like a huge festival. Paul, thank you so much for being a part of our first episode, man.
My pleasure.
Man, it's
I
always
had a
good
lot
to
of
have you on
fun.
the show.
Yeah,
Yeah?
and it's always nice to catch up with you, brother.
Yeah, man. In fact, congratulations. You are now danked up.
Bro, okay,
It's branding, man.
it's a little bit too much, man. Like,
Let it be.
no, I know we're bros, but I mean, like, hey, come on, man.
Help a brother out, like promote the show.
Oh, but okay, like, just for you, like.